Detroit Pistons blown out by Cleveland Cavaliers, 114-90. The Detroit Pistons entered Saturday's game without three starters and Alec Burks, and lost Killian Hayes in the third quarter of a 114-90 loss in Cleveland. The Detroit Pistons, down several key rotation players, extended their losing streak to 7 games in a blowout by the Cleveland Cavaliers that was riddled with Pistons mistakes. Detroit turned the ball over 23 times, tying a season high, and most of the turnovers were sloppy errors in the 114-90 defeat. Among the worst, R.J. Hampton received an inbounds pass, and immediately stepped out of bounds to inbounds the ball again. And Corey Joseph, while falling out of bounds, passed the ball to James Wiseman moments before he crossed the half-court line for a backcourt violation. In Joseph's defense, Wiseman was the only teammate in position to receive the ball. Wise words: early returns show there's a lot to like about new Pistons center James Wiseman feeling a draft lottery? Pistons fans can relax. They've all but locked up best NBA lottery odds of number 1 Bojan Bogdanovic, bilateral Achilles tendinopathy, Alec Burks, left foot soreness, Isaiah Stewart, right hip soreness, and Jalen Duren, bilateral ankle soreness, all missed the game, and Killian Hayes exited the game with a hand injury. It's unclear when Hayes' injury occurred, but he came off of the bench in the second half and only played 94 seconds before his injury forced him to sub out again. Marvin Bagley III led Detroit with 20 points and 13 rebounds, and Hamidou Diallo added 14 points and 7 rebounds. Darius Garland led all scorers with 21 points and 7 assists, and Donovan Mitchell added 20. Going big to match up against Cleveland's frontcourt of Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, Dwayne Casey inserted Bagley into the starting 5 alongside Wiseman. It was a gamble, as the Pistons had no depth behind them with Duren and Stewart both out. It produced good results at first, as Detroit out-rebounded Cleveland 26-20 in the first half. Wiseman grabbed 8, and Mobley tallied 5. It helped the Pistons go on a 23-13 run that briefly gave them the lead, 29-27, early in the second quarter after trailing by 8 points in the first. But the Cavaliers regained control with a 27-16 run to close the first half with an 8-point lead. They then outscored Detroit 42-22 in the third quarter, shooting 16-for-22 from the floor and scoring 12 points off 8 Pistons turnovers. Ball control was an issue for the Pistons, as they turned the ball over 21 times through the first 3 quarters, off which Cleveland scored 28 points. With 12 minutes remaining, Detroit had already nearly matched its season high of 23 turnovers, set against the Philadelphia 76ers in January. Not coincidentally, they also trailed by 29 points after 3 quarters. Diallo continues scoring surge. Saturday marked Diallo's 8th straight game reaching double figures in scoring, extending the longest such stretch of his career. In his previous 7 games, he averaged 15.3 points on 59.2% shooting. Detroit's most consistent player has continually improved this season. His energy, athleticism and off-ball cutting have allowed him to carve out a unique role on this team, and he's proving his value as he approaches unrestricted free agency.